I understand the challenges of getting all students to readiness level by the time they leave our high schools in Pennsylvania is the goal that Governor Rendell and I share, and we share that with all of you. All students indeed means all, and that means children with disabilities too. And being disabled does not mean being unable to reach the proficiency and the goals that we have for all students in Pennsylvania. So we bring those services, that continuum, unique to an individual student, to that place where they normally would go. Now that's not only in the law when we talk about least restrictive environment, it's in our hearts.
Children are very unique, and one of the things that we have a tendency to underestimate is just how unique they are, and the bonds that children create with each other are incredible. Many times we see barriers and differences that children don't.
He likes to have fun, and he's just like a regular kid. He gets along well. He's kind of shy sometimes, but he's really fun.
The support that peers provide to each other is something that just amazes me. And I often wonder and think about why, as adults, we can't do the same things that children do. When we segregate children, we make them different. And we put a sign up that says, "You're different." Children don't see that.
One time when I was in 2nd grade, I was teaching him how to swing on the swing. Now that was kind of easy because you just have to do 2 movements. Because all you have to do is just bring your feet straight and then curly. And if it's like 4 square, there's a lot of different rules and confusing things, so that was very hard.
Being included has been rewarding, it's been frustrating, it's been challenging, it's been empowering. He'll come home and get an 88 on a social studies test.
We thought it was important for Adam to be included because that was the only way we could find for him to have access to the regular education curriculum. We thought it was important for him to be with his neighborhood peers, with the friends that he saw around the community, at the pool, in the stores and all around him in the neighborhood. And we also thought it was good for him behaviorally.
He's learning about Europe. He's spouting off things that I don't remember doing until I was in like high school. So he's academically, he's doing beyond what our expectations were.
Reaching out and sharing the message of inclusion because it is the right thing to do, and asking you as a school administrator to help us convey that message.
At the superintendent level, we get burdened with dealing with those regulatory issues and those legal issues, and sometimes they're not very pleasant. How, in my mind, those are necessary evils. Okay? I would rather live in a community that is integrated and has all those bureaucratic problems attached to it than live in a community that's not integrated and be regulation free.
Inclusion is wonderful as far as socialization. Like I said, he has a lot of friends. His status even among his peers in special education because they knew that he took the school bus. Like he was the man.
I think the proper supports are key, but I also think a sense of open-mindedness is so important, and a willingness to try different things. If A doesn't work, let's try B. And some of this isn't really difficult, but it is just an open-mindedness to try different things.
Children with disabilities have the right to be educated with their non-disabled peers, and in some cases, that means using supplementary aids and services to provide those children with a free appropriate public education, an acronym that we refer to as FAPE.
So you're teaching inclusion and tolerance to both sides. You're not just including the students with disabilities, but you're also including the students without. You're helping them to understand, you know, there's all people here, all kinds of people that live in your community.
I remember when I was in 2nd grade, I didn't understand anything how they were like that, and I didn't know any better. So now since he taught me different things like that, he taught me how to respect people.
Trust and respect between parents, schools, communities are really what make everything work. And one of the things that I've tried really hard to convey is we spend, as educators, 6.5, 7 hours a day with a child. Parents spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if we can look at each other and respect each other, trust each other, knowing that we're working towards a common bond and a common goal of what's best for that child.
Well, I had to set the vision. Okay, I had to be very clear about the vision, and all my rhetoric and all my conversations with administration and staff had to keep that vision in front of everybody. This is what we could be. This is what we could do.
I went to the principal at this school, J.B. Jinks. She agreed that he could come to school on the bus and sit with the other students whose parents would leave them, wait for his class to come in the school when they got off the school bus, and go with them to class. So that started our journey. And, I thank her, because she was open to that.
The teachers have been great overall with Adam, and they're really integral in setting the tone of the classroom. If they're open-minded and they're accepting, that sets the tone for everything else.
I like to teach him new things because I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
I think that in inclusion, all teachers are willing to help the student. That's not the issue. It's that they feel that they need the proper training and the proper tools in order to help students and know that they can have these students in their class. There's a fear that lies there within them that says, I can't do this, I don't know what to do. So it is administration, it's their responsibility to provide that professional development so that inclusion can be supported and teachers and staff feel supported within the environment.
Give it a chance, because you, just like your other students, this student too has to be on their own one day, and you're the one that's helping to pave the way for them to become a successful adult.
We can train, and we can train, and we can train, and we can bring folks together many, many times, many, many places. But the real key to our success is when the information that we provide goes back to those classroom teachers and ultimately to those students in front of those teachers. That's when we know we're successful. The work that we do will never be successful unless it reaches classrooms and classroom teachers.
When teachers start to see success, all right, then they're going to naturally gravitate that way. There are success stories all over the Commonwealth, success stories probably in every single school district with children with disabilities. We need to find those success stories, we need to highlight them. Teachers, because of their dedication and their intrinsic motivation, are going to see that, and they're going to say, hey, I can do this. And one child at a time, one teacher at a time is the only way we're going to ever have a cultural change.
Cooperation, coordination, and collaboration. Think together, plan together, work together. That's really what it's all about.
Good instruction will allow for any student to be in your class and learn. It doesn't matter what type of student they are. I don't think it's necessarily as hard as we like to make it out either. I think it allows us some flexibility to try new things, and if they don't work, then they don't work, and then we can go and try something else.
People recognize him as being in the mix and being a part of the school community.
As a superintendent, your job is difficult. You have many things to worry about, special education being one of them. What we ask you to do and what we need you to do is to understand that inclusion is the right thing for children. And we need you to be able to convey that message to your staff, teachers, administrators, and to be able to converse with them in the importance of the initiative, and to understand that we need to do it because it's the right thing to do. While it is the law, and the law says that we must do it, the more important thing is that we must do it because it's the right thing to do. And with you, as the leader of your district, sharing that message, we can be successful.